'Cause I love me enough for the both of us.
What's up, everyone? So today I wanted to talk to you guys today about overcoming creative blocks. I wanted to talk to you guys about this today because I had a friend of mine that just called me out of the blue. Someone I hadn't talked to in a while just called me out of the blue and just asked me, like, how do you get through, creative blocks? And it's so funny because one of the ways that I get through creative blocks is just stepping away. You know how when you're trying to come up with an idea or you're trying to work on a project and it's just not working. Like you're not doing as best as you know you can. You're not coming up with the ideas, creativity or any of that to kind of get it moving, get it going, pushing it forward. And with me, I just kind of just step away and a lot of times I do something random. I'll just go and do something random. So I'm going to tell y'all something about me just to kind of like help you understand where I'm going with this. So anybody that knows me knows that I was never a woman that enjoyed cooking. I had 3 children. It was never, I didn't care. I cooked what I could for them, and that was that. And also their father, I got lucky in that area because their father, God rest his soul, but when he was here, when we was together, he used to love cooking. So he did a lot of the cooking. So like I said, I got blessed in that area. So I didn't really have to learn how to cook. And of course, this was like my early 20s. I had already had all 3 of my children. Well, I had my 3rd one at 25, but still, that's really young. But so yeah, I didn't really know how to cook. And so one thing about me is I will try to step outside the box and try to do something different, but cooking was not it. I just didn't care. I didn't really care about it. As long as I was able to feed my kids, the basic stuff, I was kind of okay with that. And then when me and their dad split up, when they would go to his house, he cooked them all these extravagant meals that they didn't get at home. But I made 40 other areas, so it just didn't bother me. And so, and I'm going somewhere with this, because this has led me to wanting to talk about, having creative blocks. One day, I was working on, I think it was my fashion clothing brand. I think I was doing something with that, and I was trying to do something outside of the box because a lot of people was selling women's clothing. A lot of people was doing it, and I was trying to make mine different. I was trying to do something different. And so I was blocked creatively, at least for like, I want to say like a week. And in that week, I just decided to learn how to cook. I think it was shrimp scampi. It was just shrimp scampi. I was like, you know what? I've been wanting this meal. I don't want to, go somewhere and pay a high price for it when I could just, cook in my kitchen. Plus, I had a new kitchen. I had just moved. The kitchen was very like updated. It was really, really nice. And changing the environment helps because it made me want to even think about cooking, So I went in the kitchen and looked up a recipe and I made a shrimp scampi and everybody loved it. Now, don't get me wrong, prior to that, I had started cooking a little bit more, but it wasn't on the level that I'm doing now because it wasn't ever anything that I really enjoyed. It was just not my thing. My energy just went into other areas, like with my children, like their education, I always kept like a really clean house, like things like that. But the cooking part wasn't, it just, yeah, just the basic stuff was like enough for me. And it was weird because I am a person that get bored easily. So, and now it shows like with the cooking, like I love to try cooking different meals now. But anyways, I went and I made the shrimp scampi, and it turned out chef's kiss. It was so good. And I started like cooking a lot of different meals for like my family, friends. If I was dating someone at the time, I would cook something different and try it. And that was like a way for me to step outside of, the box, like step outside the box from fashion, and also work my creative magic. Like, so the cooking for me was a way for me to, like I said, step away, because sometimes we have to step away from what we're doing in a moment and just do something different. Sometimes we have to change our environment, and we have to find things to get inspired by, like, and it is not the thing that you're doing, because the thing that you're doing is what you're trying to overcome. You're trying to overcome some sort of creative block within whatever you're working on. And so for me, it turned into cooking. And so now, guys, I be cooking my tail off. I be cooking everything. Like, you name it, I be cooking. Like, and I even like am surprised within myself, because 6 years ago, this was not me. I didn't really care about it. It wasn't an interest. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about overcoming creative blockages. For me, it was the environment helped. Once I changed my environment and I ended up with like a better kitchen, it helped tremendously. It helped so much because the kitchen was much bigger. It was upgraded. It was really nice. And it made me want to go in there a little bit more. And then it was an outlet. It was an outlet for me to try something different, to step away from the fashion when I got aggravated or irritated, because I wasn't just working on my stuff. I was also helping other people behind the scenes with like logos, with like ideas that they wanted to do for their brands. These were already people that was very much more established than me, but because I am a person that tries to step outside of the box creatively, some people will come to me and ask me about like different ideas or just what I think about something. And so that was all I was always doing. Anything with fashion, whether it was my stuff or helping someone else. And so it was nice to try something new. So I want to say to you guys, or encourage some of you guys that are dealing with like creative blocks with whatever you're working on, I say, like, step away from what you're doing. Go and try something new. Go absorb some new inspiration. Like, go and get inspired by something else. Go walk in a park. That was another thing too that got me another thing that helped me get past like creative blocks. It was this park down the street from my house. I would go and walk around that park, the track. They had a track inside the park too as well. And I would walk around the track. I would just get into nature, and it would help me come up with ideas. And it would be so weird because, like, when I left the house, I was so frustrated, blocked, just feeling like, oh my goodness, like I'm trying to get this, done. I'm trying to make sure I can step outside of my box and do something different. And when it was time for me to come back home or go back home, I was in a different space. So I know nature helps too. The walking helped me. And also collaborating with others. That's something that I am looking forward to doing in the near future, collaborating with others. That's something that I know. I have a friend of mine, and he collaborates with different people on the things that he's doing. Like, I think he designed websites and things like that, but he collaborates with different people often, with ideas and things like that. And that's something I was telling him, like, I want to get into that. I just haven't met the right people to collaborate with yet. Another one is like limit your options. Limit your options. Just stick with one or two things. If you like using, I don't know, two colors in painting or writing, narrow it down to like a few, just narrow it down to like, what I said, two. So if you like to use like five, I would say 5 or 6 different colors in painting. I would say narrow it down to like, 2 different colors in painting, just to kind of like help you kind of work with, your creative juices, and that's just an example. For me, like I said, I knew that I wanted to do something different with fashion. So instead of me trying to hire all these models, instead of me trying to get all these different clothings, like all these different pieces, I started narrowing it down because I was spending a lot of money trying to buy all these different outfits. And I said, you know what, let me narrow it down and let me, start out with a few pieces, style it different so people could see how to wear it different, and also create like videos. I started doing like different videos just to kind of get my creativity, creative juices going. Because I dealt with like a lot of blocks, and it just was because I challenged myself so hard and so much to be different from everybody else. Like when I put my next line out, and it's not going to be what I did before. It's not going to be what I did before. But it is going to be in the fashion family, but it's not going to be the same. So when I do put the next one out, which I'm hoping it'll go out next year when it comes to the project I was telling you guys about. Hopefully I'll be able to put that out. Well, I have some pieces on sometime next year, because I've been working on a lot of different things, guys. But I have one specific thing that I put all of my energy into, to kind of like perfect, not necessarily perfect, but just to kind of sharpen and hone in my skill. But because fashion comes so natural to me, it's just something that I want to do, continue to do. So anyways, if you are dealing with any type of creative blocks, I say take a break, step back from it, relax, clear your mind. If you need to change your environment, maybe a certain area is not working for you and you're thinking about moving anyways. And this is for, people that may already be thinking about moving into a different part of the city, a different state. That could be something that's going to help, because I know that's something that helped me. I moved from one town to another, and when I moved to the other town, I got so much more done. I was so, I had my challenges sometimes, but it was so much different from when I was in the other town. Also, when I say change environment as well, you don't have to go so drastic with change, with moving, but it's also something where you can start going to parks, walking, just, enjoying that nature, because, nature helps us a lot when it comes to like clearing our mind. I've come up with so many ideas just being outside, random ideas just being outside. So yeah. Also, like I said, limit your options. The example I gave, instead of if you're a painter or something, instead of starting with 4 colors start with 2 and just see how that goes. What else? What else did I say? And just shifting your mindset, shifting your mindset, finding ways to break those barriers. So I just kind of wanted to talk to some of you guys about overcoming creative blocks, because I know it can be challenging, especially when it's something that we want to do. And sometimes we make it stuck. We make it stuck, and it's normal too. It's a normal thing. It's a natural thing. Like I said, some of you guys may have someone that you may want to collaborate with on something, depending on what you're doing. I said take a break. Get re-inspired. Get re-inspired. For me, it was the cooking. Excuse me. For me, it was something that I never thought I'd be doing, and now I freaking love it. It brings me peace. It's so funny because I have a funny story for you guys. Like, I did a video, and it was just so random, and eventually I'm going to put it out, but I'm going to do a story time, because there's some things or something that I want to talk about, something that has been on my mind, and it has definitely, it's at the top of my list now of things to talk about, because sometimes, you meet people for so many different reasons, and sometimes people will ignite a spark in you to do something or to talk about something. Sometimes people will trigger something in you, whether it's good or bad. So there's going to be a video that I'm going to talk about, a video that I'm going to put out. Is something very random, but I want to do a story time too as well. So I will be doing that. But anyways, this video was way too long. I apologize. I did not mean to make this video as long as it has been. It was just something I felt I needed to talk about, talk to you guys about, especially after talking to my friend. So if you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would welcome you to subscribe to the channel. Like, share, comment. Like, drop me a comment in the comments, guys, and let me know what you think about any of the topics that I've talked about in any of my videos. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Take care.